Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Simplifying Business Studies. So today this is video number 3 of chapter 1 of class 11th, Nature and Purpose of Business. So through this video you will understand the difference between different economic activities, that is business, profession and employment. Also, this difference will be on certain basis which will be mentioned along with the difference. So this is the way to do the different kind of distinctions in your higher secondary classes. Before I go forward, like always, I would like to request you all to like my video and subscribe to my channel. So we can start this video with a comparison between different economic activities. The economic activities are categorized into 3 categories. Business, which means activities concerned with production or purchase and sale of goods and services with the main objective of earning profits. Another is profession, which includes those activities which require some kind of special knowledge and skill to be applied by individuals in their respective occupations. And the last one is employment, which refers to occupations in which people work for others regularly with the main aim of getting the remuneration. So we will start with the comparison between business, profession and employment. So once we do any kind of comparison, we will always write the basis for the comparison. Like in first point, we will create a difference between among all these 3 things on the basis of commencement, formation or mode of establishment. So a business, to start a business, an entrepreneur need a decision and also certain kind of legal formalities if required. So these legal formalities will depend upon the type of business, nature of work and also the size of business. Professional, a profession is commenced only after acquiring membership and certificate of practice from respective professional body or association. For example, if a doctor wants to start practicing, he need to obtain a certificate from the respective professional body which governs all the doctors in our country. So this is a compulsory situation. This is a compulsory requirement for a doctor to start the practice. Employment. So to start an employment, one has to get the appointment letter from the prospective employer. What nature of work is involved in business? It involves providing goods or services to the public. In a profession, a professional renders specialized personal service or expert opinion to his clients. For example, doctor treats people and a lawyer gives suggestions or his expert opinion over a case. And an employment, it means doing the job according to the terms and conditions of the service of the agreement. Like for example, if a person has agreed to give a sales of 1 lakh in a month and this is the prerequisite for getting the employment, so this is the condition, this is the term which an employee has to deliver during his tenure. Qualification. So for starting a business or for doing a business, there is no need of any kind of minimum or specific requirement for any kind of qualifications. For a profession, definitely a prescribed qualification is indispensable, because without this prescribed qualification, one cannot become a professional. For example, a doctor cannot become a doctor if until unless he completes his required degrees. Employment. So like it is the requirement of the employer what qualification he requires for a particular piece of work. So complying with his requirement is the only qualification a person needs for that employment. Next point is capital investment. So the amount of capital needed to start a business or its operations depends upon the size and nature of the business. For example, if one wants to start a small grocery shop, there will be a different kind of requirement for capital. But if someone is looking forward to start a manufacturing unit for the same grocery items, the person will need much larger capital investment. Profession. The amount of capital required for establishing a professional office is limited. For example, there is a doctor. So what he needs to invest to start his business is start his work is only the amount which he needs to establish a particular office where he can start his work. So this is all he needs. Employment for going ahead and asking for work and getting employed to a place doesn't need any kind of capital investment. Risk element risk element always depends upon the amount of capital invested into something. So more capital means more risk. So because business needs lot of capital investment, so it there is greater risk involved in business. In profession, the degree of risk is not that high because we haven't invested much of the amount in establishment of certain kind of professional office. And employment, there is no risk at all because there is no investment at all. Reward or return. In a business, profit is the reward or return for undertaking all the risk, undertaking all the business activities. So this is the return which a businessman, which an entrepreneur gets in return. In a profession, there is certain kind of fees which is received while rendering the professional services. Like for example, doctor gets his consultation fees, a teacher gets his tuition fees. So these are the things which the professionals get in return. So this is the reward for them. In case of employment, the fixed salary, wages, or any kind of benefits in form of commissions, etc., is the return or reward for any employee. So the seventh point under this comparison is the main purpose. Main purpose of business is to earn profit and increasing the size and wealth of the business. A professional has the main purpose to earn profit by providing their services. All right. And employment, the main purpose of any employment is to earn the wage or the salary by providing the services to the employer. Transfer of interest. Transfer of interest means that can we transfer our ownership or the ownership of the title we have to another person. In case of business, the transfer of interest is possible on fulfilling some necessary formalities. For example, there is a person who got ill because of some serious ailment, so he transferred the ownership of his business to his son. So this is very much possible in case of business. In a profession, it is not possible to transfer the interest or transfer the title. So that means if someone is a doctor or if someone is a lawyer and if he wants to transfer this title to one of his family members, so it is absolutely not possible. In case of employment, transfer of interest is also not possible because there is no possibility definitely that if someone is working with an employer, so that employer will hire his son at his place. So there is no possibility of transfer of title or interest in case of profession and employment, but it is possible in case of business. Code of conduct. So in business, there is no prescribed code of conduct or any kind of discipline prescribed in business. Under profession, there is certain code of conduct which is prescribed by the professional associations, and it is mandatory for every professional to adhere to that code of conduct. For example, doctors always wear white coat when they are on duty. Lawyers always wear a black uniform when they are in a courtroom. So these are mandatory code of conducts for these professionals which are prescribed by their concerned professional associations. In case of employment, the only things which are decided by the employer becomes the code of conduct. So the terms and the conditions of the service contract are applicable on employees. So these are the terms and conditions which are already described at the time of employment. So these are always decided by the employer. So children, we have reached the end of this video. I'm sure this content has been useful for all of you. I will soon come up with other videos of the same chapter. So please to continue watching my videos. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can always get this notification about my videos. Thank you so much for watching.